I know you're not like a big Beastie Boys fan.
Hey, I like some of their stuff.
Uh-huh.
Some of the other stuff, it all sounded a bit samey to me. But I really got into it after
A bit samey.
Sabotage, Fight for Your Right to Party, um,
Well, Fight for Your Right
Intergalactic.
to Party was quite a bit earlier than
Yeah. License to Ill.
Sabotage.
I had that album, but a lot of their rap, it all just kind of started to all blend into each other, sound the same. I couldn't differentiate the songs so much. They all had the same beat.
Oh, well, they definitely
Uh,
have some quite different songs.
Different.
I would
Uh,
say they're one of the bands that has more, I would say, more variety in their music, especially for a rap group, than just about any other group, period. Because you've got, just within their rap, they've got all different styles that they do. Of course, their voices are always the same, but then they've got their punk stuff, they've got their instrumental, like, groovy, jazzy, just music that they play,
yeah,
um, and all this other like experimental stuff. But this one's called
yeah. I
Tough
think
Guy. Do you know this one? Have you heard this before?
Tough Guy.
Uh-huh.
I don't think so. Is
You
that
don't
is
think
that
so?
John Belushi?
Kind of looks like him, but I
Looks
don't.
like him.
No,
Maybe
his
it's not.
teeth look
It's
different.
just a guy. Yeah, it's not.
But anyway, so what do you think? Is this going to be a rap or a punk or what kind of song do you think?
What's it called?
Tough Guy.
Tough Guy. I don't know. You're gonna throw me off guard, so I'm gonna say it's a punk. This is gonna be punk, isn't it?
You think it's going to be punk? Okay.
Yeah, this is punk rock.
All right. Let's play it.
Yeah,
You like it?
it's cool. Kick ass.
Kick
Nice.
ass.
You kick ass. Yeah, that was cool.
You like that
Oh
one,
man.
huh?
Yeah, I had no idea they had like that many punk tunes.
Well, they had their older punk stuff before they.
I knew that. Oh, the Beastie Boys used to be a punk band, but I never actually like heard any of their punk
Yeah, but
stuff.
that was not their older punk stuff. That was on Ill Communication. Or, sorry, was that Ill Communication or the
Ill
other one?
Communication. It said, yeah.
Yeah, that was Ill Communication, right?
Oh, so that's got. Well,
Yeah,
is
Ill
that
Communication.
that's post their rap career, having
No,
started.
they. What do you mean post their rap career? They rapped their whole
Started.
career, and they also did punk.
I thought they would like started out as a punk band and then
They did,
became a rap band.
right, in the early 1980s, or yeah, 1980s. They were punk,
Right.
and then they came out with a rap song single, right? And then
Your guess is as
then
good
they
as
came
mine.
out
I
with
don't know.
the album License to Ill.
I just I
Mhm.
I've noticed them cropping up on MTV a lot. Like there was Fight for Your Right to Party was the main one, put them on the map. Uh,
Yeah,
and then
that was a
and
song
then
that,
that's how I became aware of them. Then there was
right, but they,
one of
after
those
that
early ones.
album, they reinvented themselves for the next album, which I think was well, that was Paul's Boutique, right? And then they
Okay,
had,
well I didn't follow their career that
yeah.
closely. My friend gave me a tape once at
Hmm.
school. Uh, it was the one with like All the rap. What was that? Was that License to Ill?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I
I mean,
steal your girlfriend like I stole your bike.
yeah. That was
That
License
stuff.
to Ill. Mhm.
I mean, I kind of dug it because rap was up and coming in those days. Everyone was getting into rap, but I mean, at the same time, so was Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, but
So I was a little bit like dubious of them at first. I was like, I don't know, man.
right. But I think what you're missing is that they kept reinventing themselves. They were constantly, you know,
Yeah, that's what I realized later when
changing and
Sabotage came
exploring
out and
new
all
kinds
that
of
stuff. I was
music
like,
and
whoa.
yeah, right.
Yeah. By the time the 90s rolled in, they were cool.
Right.
Well, they always were cool, but I mean, their sound was
Right.
different.
But then also, if you listen
Sure,
to their old punk stuff versus the stuff that they put on their later albums, which were mostly rap, the later punk stuff is obviously it's better, better recorded,
Produced.
better
Yeah.
produced, overall sounded better.
And some people would argue, like real hip hop purists would argue, like, oh, but were they really hip hop, the Beastie Boys? Was it just some white boys, you know, pretending to be hip hop?
Well, that's kind of I would say
That's the
the
argument.
BC Boys played a huge role in putting hip hop in front of a lot of people.
And don't forget, they were there from the very beginning.
That's what I mean. They were
in
there
New
from
York, in the parties.
well,
those,
earlier
New
than
York.
they would have been in the punk scene, but there was obviously crossover. That's that was like that's kind of the whole point of New York City, right? Everything's crossing over and
Yeah,
mixing
right.
and whatever. But
Right, melding together. That's it.
anyway,
And also, I mean, it was also just like an urban anti-establishment medium, similar to punk. Hip hop when it was coming out was kind of this is seen as a subversive and a fresh sound, like an anti. What's the word?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-establishment, not disestablishmentarianism.
In space, no one gives. In space, no one gives a boo. In space, I said in space, yeah, we got shit to do. Reactonauts. Reactonauts. Reactonauts.